What sets the exceptional apart is not more luck, it is more literacy. They read opportunities in places others ignore. Depending on when and where you are watching from, good morning, and good afternoon, and good evening. You are welcome to Professionals Daily Devotion with Olasukomi Okwaifa, where we inspire you to be more. And we continue our series on the innovation economy, the economy that talks about what you can create, what you can solve, and what you can adapt to, not just the knowledge that you have. And we're looking at skills that can set you apart. And one of the things we are looking at this one is opportunity literacy, how to recognize what others actually miss. And we're going to be doing that, looking at some steps. But before then, let's jump into this saying. Do you believe it? They say opportunity comes but once. You know, it's not true. Opportunities rather are not rare. Okay, they are, of course, they are not rare. People search for it. And how do you search for it? They are very invisible. You can't really see it until you have a trained mind for it. And we are going to be setting you on that path this morning. Of course, whatever we're going to be discussing this morning may not be sufficient for you to train your mind. But if you can just follow the 4 points we are going to talk about today as a framework, we are going to get there. You see, why most professionals are obsessed with productivity, meetings, routines, innovators in any industry actually have learned that the skill they need is what opportunity literacy. And what is that? Let's define it. Opportunity literacy is your ability to identify, interpret, and respond to openings that others overlook. What others are not seeing as the real direction. You are seeing it as the solution. You know what others are seeing as problems, you are seeing that solution. And you need to realize that when you see people grabbing opportunities and then coming out of it to become successful, stop saying that they were lucky or it just happened suddenly. You see, that thing that you call luck, that thing that you say you think is an instinct, I've actually come out of trained mind. You know, I had a long discussion with a protege, a long time protege, and she was talking about how so many people come to her now and say, "Come and teach me how you did it. What should I study? What should I do? What skills should I have?" And she was like, "No, it didn't happen like that. There were days of volunteering. There were days of working with people. There were days of reading. There were days of doing this." So, what we call luck now today to her now is what she had really invested into, and that's what we call literacy. How to prepare yourself for opportunity, how to train your mind to see opportunity. So it is a literacy, it's a skill that you learn. So in this innovation economy, the most literate, in the real sense of literate of opportunity now, are not professionals who are the most educated. Unfortunately, they are the ones who are most aware. They understand their environment. Let's see what research says about these guys more. High performing professionals who don't necessarily work harder, they are 70% more likely to recognize patterns that lead to opportunity. So they keep their eyes there. Whereas while others are trying to do this, they keep their eyes there and want to pick this. World Economic Forum 2024 says opportunity recognition is listed as one of the top soft skills that predict leadership potential in the digital and global market. Of course, market is opportunity that you just need to see there and you grab it. And finally, Harvard Business School says that entrepreneurs with high opportunity alertness outperform peers in competitive markets, especially in low resource context. Okay, what stands out, what separates you between you and that person that's succeeding? That is just one person is able to see opportunity. So you position yourself and you see. There is a story of some young guys in 2007 who were broke. Okay, they are the founder of Airbnb. It wasn't really a business. Okay, Airbnb, as I said, now it's not really a business. Okay, it was more like a survival hack for some people. And who were these guys? They were just broke students, were broke, and they could not even pay their own rent. And they learned that a conference was coming to town, and then people had already booked all the hotels around. What did they do? They went to place three of their air mattresses in their apartment, and then they offered breakfast to people, and they made business out of their own crisis. They couldn't pay their rent. They were able to pay their rent, and then a business started out of that. And there are so many businesses like that. You know, the interesting thing about this Airbnb now, I just read now that it is a global brand now that is worth over $85 billion opportunity. And that is the power of opportunity literacy. So, how do you now grab this opportunity? Okay, let's learn together this morning. We are going to be using the framework SEEN, SEEN. So the first S stands for scan for gaps, not just tasks. You see, you're employed to work, actually to do your work. So while you are doing that, look at it. What gap do we have in this industry? I don't know. I've not done this research, but I want to believe those who started, um, let me say, alternative banking that we have now, that is reaching everywhere, probably were bankers, okay, who were, yeah, I think many of them were, some of them were bankers, okay, who just saw opportunities, okay, can we bank in a different way like this? And then they just swept the market. Many of us, like, you can't remember the last time you went to bank except for serious issues, okay? So instead of you just working, they kept on asking questions that, okay, we need 10 digits as the IBAN, okay, bank number, okay, and people have 11 digits on their phone. Can they remove the first zero and then they have 10 digits and then they don't need to even cram their bank number? I mean, that's an opportunity, and they broke into the market like that. Okay, don't just do your job, look around. What is broken? What is outdated? And what is missing? You can fix it. You can share that thought with someone. Second one, evaluate trends and tensions. What is changing in your industry? What is frustrating your audience or team? Tension is often the trigger of innovation. So, what is that thing that's agitating people around you? Okay, it can be an opportunity for you to make a change there, and you see people gravitating towards what is easing their attention. So, that's an opportunity. Train the mind. That's what they can do. Evaluate it, and it's very easy now. Go to your AI. Okay, just type a question. Just keep on probing the artificial intelligence there. You will see that solution will just pop up into your mind. You're already training your mind to recognize that. Of course, it's not something that will happen overnight. You have to train yourself over time, doing this, recognizing this. Everywhere you go, you are seeing money, you are seeing opportunities. The next E, examine your daily pain points. There is something that irritates you every day that you just don't like. That may just be a signal that there's a direction there for you. You see, I remember when I wrote my first book, Oral English Pedagogue, many students, teachers even did not even understand it. And I realized that, okay, I could study this. I spent 2 good weeks to sit down in my brother's room. Then I locked myself up and I was learning the test of orals in English with so many other books like that, Daniel Jones and the rest. And after like 2, 3, I came out with a book that has sold thousands of copies out there now, because I was irritated with the way students were failing exams. And one of the reasons was notice your area of skill. What's that thing that you enjoy doing? Yeah, some of us enjoy talking, some of us enjoy writing. Anything you enjoy doing, that is one area. You see, you don't want to struggling. So where you struggle, okay, to fulfill your task every day, you can add these opportunities there. But when you are in a relaxed mode, where what you enjoy doing, you see opportunities there coming all the time. Okay, so what do you always read? What do you always speak? What do you always suggest to people? What do you always improve? That may be a direction. Navigate it properly, then you see your opportunities there. Just reflect on all this, okay, and let's jump into our words of affirmation. I mean, I didn't need to just start very early today. So let's take our words of affirmation quickly. Say this after me. I am opportunity. I am opportunity literate. Okay, let's take that again. I am opportunity literate. I don't just chase luck. I read life. I decode gaps. I interpret signals. I respond with value. I see what others miss. Thank you very much for joining this morning. We'll continue again tomorrow when we're going to be looking at how you can connect with others to help for your support all the time. We see